Hello, everyone. Hello to everyone who is going to tune in for this live. And hello to everyone who is going to catch the replay. We are today, Tuesday, August 27th, and I wanted to come in and talk a little bit about the Fall Accelerator Program that is getting ready to be coming up on September 23rd. Our registration is actually open today. So, my name is Daisy Love. I am the founder, the very proud founder of the Youth and Young Adults International Agency. The Youth Agency is actually a representative agency where we work a lot on entrepreneurship skill sets and skills development. I work a lot on career development. I have been working with youth development for over 15 years now. I work here in the country of Haiti, but I've also worked in the USA as well as partnered with other organizations here in the Caribbean. The youth agency was founded in the year 2011, and we've been operating ever since it's founded. So it's just like I was literally founding it, developing the programs, and I was already putting the programs out, partnering with organizations, and getting the ball rolling here in Haiti. Over the last couple of years, I've decided that I really wanted to branch off with the youth agency because I am really mostly in the entrepreneurship route where I am more so of like a creator. And I decided that, the young people here in Haiti, especially elsewhere, it's an international organization. So it's not necessarily only for the people here in Haiti, but I reside presently here in the country of Haiti. So we have gradually moved forward, and we are now mostly working on entrepreneurship development. That is where the focus is on. That is what I really want to do. I really want our organization, our representative agency, I should say, it's not necessarily an organization, but our representative agency, to be a platform where people who are in the creative field can be successful. Because one of the things about being an entrepreneur is that it's not only about the creative aspect of being that entrepreneur, but it's also a matter of understanding that you need to be very disciplined with the work that you do. There is so much that comes when it comes to the art of creativity. So it doesn't matter if you are someone who is in photography, if you are someone who is in culinary, if you are someone who is in the beauty industry, if you are in music, there's a lot that differentiate the work of a creative person who is a discipline, a creative person who is, meticulous with their work of art, and someone else who may have the talent but lack those particular skill set. And this is where the youth agency is coming to strengthening those of you who are very creative, who have the idea, but who probably lack the guidance, who probably lack the support, who probably lack who probably lack the discipline or the intricacies of becoming that entrepreneur. As someone who is an entrepreneur, I found that every day I have to develop myself. Every single day I have to develop my skill sets. I have to be very meticulous with the work that I do because it is very competitive when we are entrepreneurs. We are not the only person that is doing that particular work. So as an entrepreneur, you're not going to be the only person who's doing the work that you're doing, but the task and the manner in which you are going to present your work of art, that is what is going to differentiate you with the next person, right? Now, this summer, I launched the Summer Accelerator Program, which is a 21 days of work for entrepreneur. I had a lot of fun developing the program. I actually wrote it last year, but last year I was concentrating on my consultancy and I didn't have the time to put it up. So this year I decided to focus and I decided to put it out for people to participate. I have to tell you that I mean, to be very honest, I'm really not to trying to boost myself, but the majority of the programs that I do are excellent. You know, it's just that everything that I do, it's excellent. You're not going to participate in anything that I do and not going to learn. The majority of the program that I run are excellent. You're going to learn from that. The Summer Accelerator program was amazing. Okay, it was amazing. I knew and I said to myself that whoever is going to participate in this program and who's going to complete the program in the exact date of 21 days is a real boss. And I didn't quite have that. I actually closed down the program on August 11th. So this is just to tell you that people took a little time to get warmed up, to understand what the program was about, to understand the way that they had to give their assignment and all of that. So, what is the purpose of an accelerator program and what it is? An accelerator program is just that. This is why I try to emphasize on my participant that this is not a program that I want participants to complete in a month. I have the mentorship program, which is there just for that. It's the mentorship, I believe it's about 6 weeks. But the accelerator program, it's designed for a faster pace program. It is something that I really wanted to do because, you know, when I launched the coaching and the mentorship program, it was 4 weeks. And, you know, participants said that they needed more time. They felt like it was too little. They wanted a mentorship that was a little bit more lengthy. So when I did it for the second time around, I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more. So I did 6 weeks of mentorship, right? What I found, because you can't please everybody, what I found when I did 6 weeks is that there are people who wanted to participate, but they felt that it was too lengthy. They wanted something a little shorter. So then I decided to create the accelerator program. The accelerator program is 21 days. It's designed for you to do everything in 21 days. However, those 21 days are not 21 days of lecture. I am a teacher. I am a coach. I am an educator. I am teaching. I always tell people I do not lecture. When you participate in anything that I do, you have access to assignments, you have access to articles, you have access to books, you have access to, oh my God, I'm losing my voice, you have access to so many things that you have to do. It literally will feel like you are back in school. That's the way that the programs of the youth agency are designed, but they are extremely beneficial. Trust me about that. You are not going to regret having access to any of the programs from the youth agency. I am the person who works and develop everything from the articles to the reading guide to the workshop development. I take my time and I put a lot of effort into the work that I want to give out to people. The reason behind it is because, to be very, very honest with you guys, this is a lane of work that I've entered without any mentorship, without any support. I literally wing it out. Everything that I did, I wing it out. I really wish that I had access to mentors when I had started and founded the youth agency. That would have made such a difference into the trajectory of my work, because at the end of the day, I did do everything that I wanted to do, but I was learning as I was doing it. Versus if I had decided that, okay, do I need a mentor? Do I need coaching? What do I need in order to be able to, see clearer about the ideas that I have about the work? Trust me about that. Anybody who was part of that summer accelerator program, it was amazing. Okay. It was a really amazing. And I had so much fun doing it that as I was literally in the mid pointers of the program, I said to myself, let me do a second go around. But this time around, because I always like to tweak things, the Summer Accelerator Program, I focus on effective networking. I wanted people to understand what was networking, as an entrepreneur. What is a network? A networking, it's not constantly about, going out to lunches, to brunches, and meeting people here, meeting people there. No, we network right here. We're doing what we're doing. We network at the grocery store. We network at the gas station. Networking is an exchange of, ideas, is meeting new people. And there are various ways for you to meet people. If you are attending a networking event, you're probably going to be well dressed up, you're going to be well presented, and you're going to prepare yourself for such event, correct? However, let's just say that if you are going down the streets, it's still, you meet someone, it's still an opportunity for you to exchange, ideas, information, depending on how that conversation is going. And it's also a part of networking, right? If you are going for a dinner with a couple of friends, it's still the opportunity for you guys to sit together and to network. So that the summer program, the emphasis was a lot on networking. The emphasis was also a lot on sponsorship, on funding. I really made sure that people understood how they could look for fundings, how they could look for sponsorship, because as we talked about, there are a lot of sponsorship available outside. Myself, I was able to tap into different type of fundings that I may not talk about, but this is a work that requires constant money, and doing this work, you need the cash flow in order to stay afloat, right? You need that cash flow. So we touch on that on our summer accelerator program. We also touch on, effective networking. We talk on sponsorship, funding. We talk a little bit about, the art of visibility, making sure that you are visible, as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you can't be shy because your business needs to be out there. People need to hear about what you have to say. People need to know about the work that you said. It's sort of like one of my participants and I, when we were talking about that at the end, we were reviewing the article, and she was telling me that she wasn't just yet comfortable about being online and about talking about her business, that she preferred a different approach where she would have kind of like the back end of the business. You can, if you choose to do that, as I was saying to her, you would need to have a team of people who can be the front runner for you, because the reality is that we love to interact with the people that we know, right? We love to see the people that we know. We love to understand, who am I going to purchase from, right? Who am I going to associate with? Who am I going to partner with? It's very important for us to know. And now with access to the internet, I find that if you are lacking that front runner, if you are lacking that type of visibility, people are not really going to get a feel into who you are. People are not really going to get a feel into, okay, who is that person? You know, if you are more of a person who feel like this is really not my personality. Oh my God, please excuse this dog. It's late in the afternoon and they are still in the cage. Usually they are out by now. So I do apologize if you hear them, please. Yes. So, like I was saying to you before, if you find that this is not your personality, correct? If you find that, okay, this is really not my personality. I'm not a front runner. I'm shy. I don't really want to be online. I highly suggest that you hire people who can be your front runner, because you're really not going to have that approach with your future clients, with your customers, where they are actually really wanting to get to know you, right? It's important as an entrepreneur for us to establish ourselves. Now, let's just say that you've been in the front line for 10 years, for 15 years, and you just feel like, people have a sense of who I am. Well, then if you're launching a business, it's okay if you decide to take the back end approach. But even so, I find that being relatable has so much to do with us establishing a customer base. Is very, very important. If people are getting to know you, people are having a sense of, oh, I know that person. People are having a sense of, oh yes, I remembered you. You kind of like, you connect with people at different level. People are, getting very friendly around you. It makes you catching the correct people around you very easy. So I do believe that it's important, as we are having visibility into the work that we do. It's very, very important to connect with the public, to make sure that the public is knowing you, to make sure that the public is understanding who you are. So that was a bit of what we touched on the summer. It was excellent. Okay. So this time around, this fall accelerator program, I have my notes in front of me if I'm looking them down. What is it going to be about? Well, this fall accelerator program, I wanted to be concentrated on entering any contest. Being a part of an being an entrepreneur, you are one way or another going to participate into a contest. I had the pleasure to participate in many contests for the youth agency, regionally as well as internationally. I still look for contests where I can participate. And also, I had the pleasure in the past of always being someone who was there to coach young people into entering contests. The last contest that I actually worked as a mentor was in 2021, when we had the entrepreneurship World Cup series, and I was one of the person who was there to lead the youth of Haiti into the contest. Unfortunately, you guys understand that the country went into a total shock. So Haiti was not, even though we participated, we definitely did. Some of my contestant, excuse me about that. Some of my contestants, some of my participants are really, 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 there. They were very, very focused. Somebody wrote to me. I hate that. That's like somebody wrote to me. And excuse me, give me 1 second. Okay. Somebody wrote to me and I like went off. Okay, I'm very sorry about that. So, like I was telling you before, this time around, I want to jumpstart, guys, because this year listen, when it comes to the youth agency and when it comes to my students, when it comes to my participant, I want you guys to be sharp. I want anybody who has either participated into my program or my mentorship program, baby, you are ready. Okay, you are ready. It's not when we are seeing the contest, it's not when we are going to get ready. I want my participant to be ahead of the game. When it comes to 2025, the youth agency is going to be out there, is going to be partnering, and there's going to be a lot of contests, competition outside. But I want to prepare you guys. It's kind of like I want to jumpstart. How do you enter a contest? How do you participate into a contest, right? How do you look for a contest? And when you look for a contest and you apply for the contest, now as a competitor, how do you compete during this contest? This is all that the Fall Accelerator Program is going to be about, right? I am going to be teaching you about entering a contest. I am going to be teaching you about healthy competition, because competition is good. Having someone giving you a little to compete is good. Healthy competition, but not dirty competition. Because as judges, we're looking at that. We're looking into, are you a good competitor? We're looking into, when you come into this competition, are you trying underhanded trick, or is it not? Are you trying to be a healthy competitor? So it's kind of like you got something under your hand, but it's not dirty. You're not trying to trash the other person. You're not trying to underhand it and kind of like you underhanded the other person, right? You're trying to make sure that you are grounded and you are rooted in everything that you're doing. You competed with the person, but you're not dirty in what you're doing. I love to see, for example, I work a lot, with barbers, I work with beautician here in Haiti. And even among themselves, sometimes, I try them a little bit just to make sure that they're there. For example, I remembered when I used to work with my barber, a lot of times when I would give him things to do and he felt like it was too difficult, I would tell him, "Oh, is that the best that you could do?" Or when he brought something that was simple to me, I'd be like, "Ooh, that's your level? That's your level? That's the best that you feel like you could give me?" So it's kind of like, you kind of like work with the person. You make the person understand that, is that really the level? That's what you can give? Are you not able to give me a little bit more? Are you not able to work like that? That's it. That's that level that you want to work? No, that's not for me. Even with my braider, I was just telling someone this the other day. They say that, oh, client on met dans ça depuis lire nous. Oh my God, nous just tap nous gros. Because I don't want mediocre stuff. Whoa, if you can work, why are you not working? If I can get level 100 or 1000, why am I going to settle for level 50? For what? I love and I like to bring the best out of people, because in this world, in this competitive world, in this world where everything is competitive, where are you going to go as an entrepreneur if the level is not, your A game is not there? As entrepreneur, we're constantly changing. We're constantly evolving. Things are constantly shifting. It's even harder to be an entrepreneur these days, because with the level of resources that you have outside, and with people that are really putting in the work and putting in the effort to be at that level. So if you're going to enter a creative field and you're not willing to work, you might as well stay down. You might as well stay on the sideline, because people are really putting in the work. People are putting in that dedication. People are putting in that level. So you want that. So the program is going to be fully dedicated into how to enter a contest, how to participate into any contest, right? So, in order to do that, even though we are going to focus solely on how to enter any contest, I am going to focus on how to maximize your time. Why? Even being part of that 21 days of accelerator program, before you join the program, you need to know how to maximize your time. Maximizing your time is understanding how much time do I have to do X, right? Do I have enough time? I'm going to maximize my time. How do you maximize your time? You can maximize your time in a month. You can take about 2 weeks and you have the workload that you have. It's actually a little bit more, because you're basing it sometimes on if you have the energy. Sometimes you feel good. Sometimes it's like, especially at the beginning of a project, at the start of a project, the excitement, right? You feel good. So now it's kind of like the energy is there for you to pour that creativity, right? So you can maximize those times. So let's just say you having a week of overflow of creativity, a week where you feel like it's like the energy is there, you feel excited. You have to learn how to maximize that week. So instead of doing 3 tasks for the day, do 6, do 7, because you feel good. You are in that flow of energy. Wake up a little bit more early, because every week is not the same. Every day is not the same. You could wake up today and you feel good, the energy is there. So maximize on that. Whereas it could be 2 days down the road and now you don't feel like it, or something else comes up that enables you, that prohibits you to give the maximum of your time. But if, let's just say, on Monday, Tuesday, you had a peak, you feel good, everything is there, and you decide that you are going to maximize those 2 days. So instead of doing like 3 to 4 tasks, you do seven, you do six, because you feel like it's there. I'm going to tackle this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. The energy is there, you put in. So let's just say by Friday something comes up, and Thursday something comes up, and it's kind of like, wow, I was supposed to do this on Thursday, I was supposed to do that on Thursday, on Friday. But if you had maximized on those days, those 2 to 3 days where you had a peak and the energy was there and everything was going good, but you utilized everything that you had to put something out, right? If you had done that, then of the week, by the end of the week, now you're looking at it like, okay, I didn't get a chance to do that today, but thankfully, those 2 other days, you are able to do that. Are we here? So that's one of the focus points that we are going to have in the fall. How to maximize your time, because the reality is there are times where you have contestants who enter a contest, and then halfway through they lack the motivation, completely lack the motivation. They don't want to do it, they don't feel like they can do it, they feel overwhelmed. It's kind of like you literally, as a mentor, now you find yourself having to push that person because the person doesn't have the drive, and it's like you haven't even entered, you midway into this contest, you're not even enter, you already feeling down, you already feeling like you don't have it in you to give. It's because you don't know how to maximize your time. So we're going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the art of presentation. One of the things that I'm very, very big on is your presentation. Presentation counts. The way that you present yourself has got to be impeccable. I'm not saying that the way that you present yourself has got to be unauthentic. Absolutely not. But always understand that your presentation is going to be what is going to differentiate you from the next person. Like I was speaking in my last group with the Accelerator Program, I was letting them know that don't be surprised to see someone who is evolving in social media with a very, very, very small crowd get more opportunity than someone else with a larger crowd. A larger crowd may be able to give you access to visibility, but a larger crowd not necessarily is going to drive traffic for you, nor is it going to build a community, nor is it going to build a good clientele. What's going to build a good clientele, what's going to give you access to contract and visibility is your presentation, is the value of what you are bringing to people, and it is the manner in which you are delivering your products. So we are going to focus on the art of presentation during this program. You need to understand, as an entrepreneur, you need to know how exactly are you going to present yourself. Your work is a representative of who you are. Your business, your creative project is a representative of who you are. And people are going to judge you based on that. If it's washy washa, then people are going to give you washy washa. You're going to attract that. But if it's not so, if it's Polish, if it's nice, if it's well presented, then guess what? You are going to draw in the right people that are going to allow you to partner with them, that are going to allow you to become their client, that are going to allow you to do business with them. So we're really going to focus on that. I'm telling you, I cringe. I cringe, especially. I don't only want to say with my community, but what I see with my Haitian young adults, it's like it's a no. Babe, where are you going with that? Where are we? What are we doing? But one of the things that I have to say is that I was pleasantly surprised. Oh my God, the youth agency, I was pleasantly surprised with the volume of the demand that came from the post where I was promoting, the people that wrote, I had a young lady. I have to give you credit, baby girl. She's only 14 years old. I just couldn't even believe it. She doesn't even live here in Port-au-Prince. She doesn't even live here in Port-au-Prince. She wrote because she wanted to be a part of the Summer Accelerator Program. That young lady, if you saw her email between you and I, it beats a lot of emails from my peers. Hey, Danielle. It beats a lot of emails from I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. And doing those exercises is so rewarding for me because a lot of times, especially you guys know I reside in Port-au-Prince, it's like just the chaos, the political stuff. It could have an effect on you where you feel like, oh, this is not worth it. It could have an effect on you where you feel like I don't think that there's any young person here in Haiti. It really could be like that you're looking at it and you feel like, there are no young people in Haiti anymore. But just doing this program and seeing the volume of work from young people, older people, mature people, but especially my young people, because you guys know that you have my heart, like my young adults. But when I saw this young lady, 14 years old, guys, if you saw her email, that, oh my God, I asked her so many questions. And yes, she was conversing with me in English. She had absolutely no problem. The English level was top tier. Oh, you know what? You guys are making me work because I'm looking at this like, girl, you need to up your game too because the youth agency needs to start to have its building because we need to get the ball rolling for these young people because they are outside, they are here, they are waiting for you. It was impeccable. I'm still just thinking about her email, just thinking about the interaction that I had with that girl, that young lady, 14 years old. She wrote to me. She wanted to participate. Her email was impeccable. I was sleeping when she sent that email. I jumped up my bed. I said, "What?" And when she said she was 14, my jaw dropped. I was like, "What?" Oh my God. The art of you see, she wrote to me, it was in July, late June going into July. Look at this, the impression that she left on me. She was meticulous about the way that she wrote. She followed the email. She was able to close down her email. My goodness, I want to meet her parents. I told her that. I said, I have to meet your parents. I really want to meet your parents. She was impeccable. Here we are in August 27. I'm doing a second run around and I'm still thinking about that young lady. That's the impression that you want people to have of you. And to be very honest, no other contestant could match that girl. Nobody. I received quite a few emails, but her, I'm not lying, top tier. Her email beats the majority of emails of my peers, meaning people my age who are in business or working adults. It cringe me when I see working adults who do not know how to properly write an email. It cringe me working adults who don't know how to write emails. Like they'll send you an email and it's just a block, no paragraph, no subject line. And it's like you don't know if you're coming or going. And you have a young lady who knows these things, who's taking initiative for herself, who feels like, yes, I actually want to be a part of the program that you are doing. What are the criteria? How can I participate into this program? How can I sign up? She was meticulous. You see how I'm raving about her? That's how you want people to rave about you. You always want to make sure that you are meticulous with the work that you do. You want to make sure that your presentation is out there. And when you present yourself, sometimes it's an email. You need to learn how to. Okay. You know why? I just looked because I was like, do I have this as my article? Because I do have an article on excellent email delivery. I wanted to make sure that I was going to provide that. And it's actually written. I'm going to provide that on this program. You need to know how to send an email. Your email is your way to entrance. It's either going to make you or it's going to break you. You need to know how to present yourself. Your email these days is your presentation, is your key entrance. Look at how I'm still raving about that young lady because she took me by surprise. Out of every contestant, everyone who wrote to me, Danielle was the youngest one. And she knew what she was talking about. Her email was impeccable. That's how I want you guys to be. That's the impression that you really want to last. Do you know that 6 years living in Haiti, I'm still getting called. People still, before they actually reach out to anybody, they still say, hey, where are you? Are you here in the States or are you elsewhere? Because we actually have a program, we actually have a contract that we would like for you to work on. But unfortunately, the majority of them, sometimes I have to be out of this country. Lasting impression. People remember you. People remember the way that you presented yourself. People remember the aura that you gave out. People remembered the way that you made them feel. People remembered if you entered the room and you were smiling. If you entered the room and you actually greeted everybody. If you entered the room and you were very polite. The art of presentation, we're going to be focusing on that. We're going to be focusing on building your self-esteem. Why? You can't enter a contest if you don't have the proper self-esteem. I remember a couple of years ago, it must have been maybe 7 or 8 years ago, we had a Miss Haiti who had a big flop. You know, she represented Haiti. And when she was right in the midst, when she was right in the midst of everybody, she panicked. She panicked. She literally panicked. She had a panic attack. I would never forget that. She did not want to continue. And she said it when they interviewed her. She said, I'm not prepared. She said, I'm not ready. You know why? It's fun for us to talk about contests. It's fun. And this is why it's also extremely important for schools to have a entrepreneurship program in it. I am all for that. And I'm following a lot of the people on my Instagram actually. In the US, they have it. You know, I've participated in it. I actually, when I do work in the US, my programs also get submitted for the high school kids in the US. But I find that here in IT, it needs to be there because at the end, you know, the Haitian people are very creative. So having an entrepreneurship program in your school is going to be beneficial for your students because not everyone is going to go to college or not everyone is going to take that route. So it's very important for school to have that type of a program. But anyways, to go back to Miss Haiti, I remembered, and this is the thing. And to actually even go back to myself, let me give you an example about myself. In 2011, I knew a person who wanted me to be a interpret. You know, the person wanted me to be a translator. It was an event that they were doing here in Port-au-Prince, right? And I volunteered. I felt like it was going to be so easy because I spoke English fairly well. So all I had to do was to translate. 2011, I will never forget. Do you guys know that when I went and I got on stage, I just couldn't talk? I couldn't talk. I couldn't say anything. I had stage fright. And I never in my life believed that that could have happened. Well, it had been a while, and that was in 2011. I went to the contest in 2013. But in 2011, when I went into that event and these people said, hey, this is we have a gig for you, and I said yes, that's fine, because I'm thinking to myself, what could happen? I know how to talk English, but I forgot that I was going to be in front of a public. And when I got there, I couldn't talk, guys. I couldn't talk. And thankfully, one of the ladies that I was actually supposed to do the translation for, she knew how to talk, but I guess they really wanted someone there for more professional. She really helped me. But I never forgot that I stayed on stage, and it just stage frightened. Just seeing all these people in front of me, I couldn't talk. It happens. I participated into the Haiti Renewal Alliance as a guest. And I never forgot that we had a contestant. It was a man. And the man, he was trembling with his paper. The guy was trembling. He couldn't even hold the paper. A lot of the times you may think that you're ready, but you're not ready, because when you are in front of a crowd, when you are in front of someone, and now it's kind of like your fear. You are fearful, you are shocked, you are shy. It's kind of like you don't know how to react. So it's very important, because yes, you could get, for example, if we're going now into Miss Haiti, she was prepared. Absolutely, she was prepared in Haiti. But when she got in front of all of these other myths, she was not confident at all. She was not confident. She was beautiful, a very, very beautiful dark chocolate girl. Very, very beautiful. But a lot of time when you don't have that self-esteem and you are in front of all type of other women, especially for us in Haiti, I don't know if she went with a coach, if she went with everything, because I remember the first contest that I did, the people of the board members of the youth agency, they coach me on that. Although I was the only one who left, but I was getting, I remember even my brother was calling me to tell me, this is what you do, this is what you do, don't do this, don't do that. I had so many people coaching me, prepping me, boosting me. Baby, when I got there, oof, your girl was shining for Haiti. Okay, we didn't win, but I definitely went out to win. Okay, I was confident. I had my hair cut. Baby, nobody could tell me anything. I was prepared. I was very much prepared. My team supported me. When people started to figure out that I was going, a lot of people, and even when I got to the contest in Barbados, a lot of these women were also prepping me. I did get that. It's very, very important, because it could be that you get somewhere and your self esteem is not where it needs to be. So you panic. Your self-esteem is not where it needs to be, so you panic. You're not confident. Sometimes the confident could be that, I remembered the lady was talking about, like, she wasn't confident with her hair. She felt like the style that she brought, the hair, it was not, because you're going into a Miss Universe contest or Miss International. I can't remember which one it was. You're going into a contest where you have so many different women there. You got women that are tall, that are slender. You have women that are white. You have women that are light skin. You have women that are beige. You have a variety of women. You got women with all type of hair. So if you're not confident with what you bring to the table, with your body type, with your skin complexion, with your hair, with the way that you're presenting yourself, if you're not confident in that, then as soon as you see the next contestant, what they are bringing to the table, you panic. You panic. You're looking at, oh my God, I don't have this. Oh my God, no. But if you're confident and you bring that confidence about, even when you don't have everything for that contest, I bet you people are going, you're like attracting people like a magnet, baby. And people are going to, even let's just say that you didn't bring everything, you're going to find someone to do that for you. You're going to find someone who's going to be like, hey, you know what? I want to do your makeup, because that confident level is there. You are radiating. You're confident with what you bring to the table. You cannot enter a contest if you're not confident. You got to be confident in all aspects. So we're going to be focusing a lot on building your self-esteem. It's important as entrepreneur that we learn how to build our self-esteem. It's important as entrepreneur that we learn and we know how to develop ourselves, how to be confident in you, baby. Your your awkwardness, that's what's making you, that's your appeal. If you feel that there is something that you're not really comfortable or confident with, play a little bit with it. Play a little bit with something that you feel like, I'm not really comfortable with this aspect of myself. I'm not really comfortable with that aspect of myself. If you're not, then, play a little bit with it. But we need to learn how to build our self esteem. So we're going to be focusing on that. Then the other thing that this program is going to focus on, I'm going to focus on how to make a lasting impression. I know that we talk a little bit about the art of presentation, which can englobe that. However, how do you make a lasting impression when you are done with the contest? Let's just say that you participated in the contest and you were not part of the winning team. Guys, everything that I teach are things that I have experienced. From participating into the Caribbean Innovative Challenge contest in 2013, I have built such an incredible network of women that are still today partnering with the work that I do in Haiti, that are still looking for funding for me. I was not a part of the winning team. Nope, I was not. But I made lasting impression with these individuals. I left something into them that kept me on their mind. Even when I was not a part of the winning team, you could be a winner at any contest. And when you're done, if it's money that's involved, if it's resources that's involved, it's done, but you don't make lasting impression. But you could participate in a contest and the impression that you've made is so powerful that you are overshadowing the winning person. It's all about tactics, and it's all about that impression that you make on people. Because the reality is that, a contest is just that, it's a competition. We're hopeful that we're going out and that we're going to be part of the winning team. But the reality is that you are competing. So don't be surprised if you don't make the last round. But the focus shouldn't always be into being into part of the winning team. The focus should be on networking, and the focus should be on making that lasting impression. That's where the focus should be also on making that lasting impression on someone, making sure that people remember you, making sure that people say, aha, yes, I do remember you, making sure that you left such an impression that, excuse me, even when, even when you are not a part of that last winning team, people are still calling your name. People are still mentioning your name in rooms. People are still remembering you so that when there's an opportunity, another opportunity, or a better opportunity that comes forward, they say, hey, we have something for you. I believe that if you are familiar, there was, oh, that was a while ago, maybe over 20 years ago, with American Idol, with Fantasia, but there was also Jennifer. Fantasia won, but Jennifer made a lasting impression. She made a lasting impression, and still today, she is one of America's top model. America's it was not top models, the singing thing. She is one of that contest. She's still getting, so many opportunities are coming for her. So many opportunities keep coming for Jennifer Hudson. That's her name, Jennifer Hudson. And that's how you want. You always, anything that you do, if you participate into anything, make sure that you are making lasting impression. Make sure that you know how to close down a contest. Make sure that people are remembering who you are. So that is what our program is going to be focused about. What else should I mention to you? If you are not ready to work, this is not a program for you. What do you have access to? We are going to have access to 3 workshops development. We are going to be working on building self-esteem. Matter of fact, I think I may do 4. Mm. I don't know. I don't want to put too much on your plate, but I really think that I may do 4 because I actually have 4 written down. So I have stress. I have stress management. I have stress management as a bonus workshop, and I also have a bonus book. Petit, ce programme, c'est pour les gens qui veulent travailler, okay? This is not a program if you want to live. This program is going to be a program for people who really want to do the work. This is not going to be a program for people who are not open to working. So we're going to have access to 3 or 4 workshops development. I really think I may just put another extra. So we're going to be working on building your self-esteem. We're going to be working on how to maximize your time. It's important as an entrepreneur to know how to maximize your time. So we're going to be working on that. We're going to have a workshop on the art of presentation. It's important for you to understand and to know how to present yourself. It's very important for you to understand that. So we're going to have a workshop on that. We're also going to have a workshop on stress management. I wrote stress management because I really wanted to figure out, like, I know that sometimes we are stressful. There's a lot of stress factors that can prohibit you to enter a contest. There are a lot of stress factors that can prohibit you to be kind of like very, very épanoui into the contest. There are a lot of stress factors. So I do believe that I really want to put in stress management as a workshop. I feel like you guys might need it for this program. So that means that you're going to have access to 4 workshops development. I think that the last week I'm going to do 2 workshops, right? All of those workshops are going to be virtually. I don't want to give the detail into my program. It's only for my contestant. So those workshops is going to be there. You're going to have access to 6 articles, guys, right? So we're going to be working on excellent email delivery. We're going to be working on healthy competition. We're going to be working on investing in yourself. We're going to be working on deciphering the undertone as an entrepreneur when you are entering a contest, when you are an entrepreneur, period, when you are in the creative field as an individual. It's very important to be able to decipher the undertone. How does someone speak to you? How is someone really communicating with you? Very important. I put in the elevator pitch. That was a focus also on that last program. I judged that it was really important for me to continue with the elevator pitch because you're still pitching yourself during a contest. You're still pitching yourself, so it's very important. I judge that you guys having access to that particular article, that's going to be really good. And I also have the art of visibility, which I believe that is also a very important articles. So these are the articles that you guys are going to have access to. And then we're going to have access to 4 books. when you have the books, and you also have the reading guide for your books. So you'll have access to 4 books. One of the books is a personal confidence and motivation. You're going to have access to a book that talks about maximizing your potential. You're going to have access to guides. You're going to have access to so many things. I don't always like to diverge everything that my program has, because a lot of people don't know how to work, and they love to sit there and steal ideas and just, but you never, I could literally, you know what, I could tell you what I'm going to be, but they it's just 4 books. You're going to have access to personal confidence and motivation, maximizing your potential, building your self esteem, the art of personal effectiveness. And I have a couple of other books that I've written that I am going to provide for you. Okay. Guys, super quick and easy. What I'm going to be doing, because I still have a lot of work to do. You guys know that I'm also a consultant, so I still have work for my consultation. Um, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be here with you almost every week, just to make sure that you guys are getting familiarized with the program, that you guys understand what the program has to do, the the criteria. So who can participate and what are the criteria? The criteria are fairly easy. The registration is open, so if you are interested, we also have a payment plan with early registration, meaning that you have, when you have your fees, I do not diverge the fees. If you are interested to figure out how much it is, please send us an email, youthagencyinternational@gmail.com. I will be superbly happy to write to let you know the fees, the participation fees for the program. But the registration fees, we do have a payment plan, meaning if you feel like you are interested to participate into this program, do send us an email, and we are going to work with you on a particular payment plan that is going to design to support you and how you can make your payment and participate. One of the things that I found when people were writing and people wanted to participate into the Summer Accelerator Program is that I find that a lot of you failed to communicate how you could make your payment. Guys, it's important when you are working, when you want to participate into a course, a program, if you feel like you want to maybe have a certain way for you to make your payment plan, you have to learn how to communicate that. This is why I have the article deciphering the email delivery. Communication is big. Communication is big. When you are literally writing to someone and you are expressing to the person your desire into participating into a program that they have, if you feel like you still want to participate into the program, but you feel like there are other factors that are prohibiting you to participate, you need to learn how to communicate with that person, because you never know what someone can work out with you. You never know what kind of, like, funding is that the person has, and they can say, hey, I know that you really wanted to be a part of this program. This is what I have going on, and maybe you could do this, maybe you could do that. You have to remember that at the end of the day, this is a business, and that when we are putting out work, we may not say everything that englobes, as far as like, okay, this is what we have going on, but if you do not ask, then you don't know. So you have to learn how to properly ask those type of questions, how to properly seek funding, how to properly negotiate for you to enter a program. Okay, so it's fairly easy. If you want to participate into this program, if you want to learn what this program, all you have to do, you have to send us an email, youthagencyinternational@gmail.com, with the subject line accelerator program. And then if you are interested to participate, we will be sending you the registration form. You have access to your registration form, and then you have access to your payment. Once you make your payment, the program starts September 23rd at the dot, and it will end on October 14th. 21 days. No late start. You see, I didn't even do any late start, and I still ended my program late. This time around, I want all of my participants to finish the program in 21 days. These are the exercise. It's designed for you to work at a fast pace. This is a program that is designed for you to work at a fast pace. This is not a program that is designed for you to do in 1 month. This is not a program that you want to do. And no, it's not an athleisure program, baby. This is a program, this is a fast paced program. This is for you to do in 21 days. As entrepreneur, we work well under pressure. We work well in different type of environment. You are an entrepreneur. You got to learn how to work at a fast pace. You got to learn how to apply pressure. 21 days. A lot of books to read every week, reading guide, assignment, workshop, private mentoring, private coaching, so many other perks. You don't want to miss it, babe. This is the last accelerator program that I'll be doing for the fall. So if you didn't get a chance to join the summer accelerator program, baby, you want to be on that bandwagon, because as we are hitting January 2025, God willing, you want to know that you are ready for any competition. You want to know that if a contest is presenting itself, you already are on your A game. You can enter this contest. You know what to do. You work with Miss Daisy Love, the youth agency got you, and you are ready at the jump. We are not missing the boat. We are not missing the boat. So I'm waiting for all of you. The registration is open. Send your email, and I will be here with you guys. As the program, I will come back and talk a little bit more about the program. I do have a lot of work to do for other things, but I will be back with you. I'm looking forward to my participant. I had fun. I love to teach. I'm not a teacher, but I love to teach. I enjoy teaching. I feel like I am very good at transmuting my knowledge into people. I feel like I'm very good at making sure that you guys are, on your A game. So I'm excited. I'm excited when I do those programs because, baby, it's also very good for me. It's very good for me. It allows me to also be on my A game because as you are doing the work, I'm also doing the work. Send us your email, youthagencyinternational@gmail.com. Registration is already open, guys. The program is going to start on September 23rd. I don't care if I'm working with only one person. If you are not making your registration on time, I start my program on the 23rd, meaning that you cannot register on the 23rd. You got to register prior to September 23rd. I look forward to seeing many of you, and I will be back with you guys. Enjoy and let me know, like, come join the program.